Welcome back, Kiss Army, to another episode of We Are One.
You wanted the best and you got the best, the hottest channel in the land. We are one. Here I am and here you are. Welcome to the show and welcome to Psycho Circus Kiss Army as we dive into the void of Kisstory. Here at We Are One, Kisstory will be preserved with interviews both old and new and the breaking news you need. Now, let's go shout it out loud. Paul Stanley, the star child of Kiss, talking about what's next for him after Kiss concludes their end of the road tour in the coming years. Paul Stanley recently sat down with Guitar World to talk about what was next for him after Kiss concludes their final farewell tour in the end of the road tour. The question was this: let's look a few years into the future. Kiss just played the final show on the end of the road tour. What does Paul Stanley do when he wakes up the next day? Paul said the following: more. The idea that I would ever retire, that's kind of like retiring from life. I'm not Yoda, but let me tell you, if you don't wake up every day excited at the prospects of what the day has to offer, you're either depressed and should see somebody about that, or you're not living. So what am I going to do? What I do now. I paint. I'll probably write some songs, maybe go in the studio and do an album, spend time with my family. The only thing I won't be doing is touring. The next question was this: will you miss Kiss? Paul said the following: I am Kiss, and I mean that in the best way. I consider Kiss my band, and I do think and hope everybody else in the band feels the same. It's a big part of who I am and who I always will be. So I don't see missing Kiss because Kiss is always here with me. Paul's answer there a little cheesy at the end. However, there is no doubt that Paul Stanley is Kiss. Paul Stanley has been Kiss since Gene decided to try and do a Hollywood movie career back in the 80s. Paul carried the band through the 80s and then up to the reunion tour in the 90s. Paul Stanley has been Kiss, and it's a pretty common knowledge among diehard Kiss fans that Paul has the final say when it comes into Kiss in doing new projects, new albums, new tours, new venues, new costumes, new photo shoots. Paul is the guy. You go to Paul if you need something. I don't even think Gene cares at this point, considering he has so many different side businesses, that he just says, I will handle my business and Paul handles all of the Kiss business and I will do what Paul says. I know that's not typically how Gene works, but over the last decade or so, Gene has really humbled if you have met him in real life. While he perceives to be still the egomaniac that you see in interviews, that does not seem to be who he is in person. Gene Simmons has no doubt had ego issues in the past, and Paul Stanley as well. But Paul Stanley is Kiss. He makes the final decisions. He was the reason that they decided to do Monster. Paul wanted an album. Paul probably wanted to put out Kiss Rocks Vegas. Paul did trust Tommy with producing that, however, but we all know that Paul Stanley will decide when Kiss ends. After all, it was Paul in his book who said we should go back out on the road after the farewell tour concluded, when Paul had no idea what he was going to do next. So Paul Stanley is Kiss, not at all untrue. Paul did tease an album there, which is likely Soul Station. However, let me know what you guys think about Paul's future plans post-Kiss in the comment section down below. Talk to me. And remember, God gave rock and roll to you, and God bless you.
God bless you all.